Hey guys, welcome to our daily encounter. We talked about in a previous devotion the importance of fearing the Lord. And, it's not just enough to love the Lord, but also to fear the Lord in the sense that we respect Him, we have reverence for His authority, and that helps us and keeps us from doing things that are unwise and things that might incur the discipline of the Lord and the judgment of the Lord. And this idea comes up again in Psalm 130 in verse 4, where it says, "But with you there is forgiveness that you may be feared." But with you there is forgiveness that you may be feared. And this might seem a little peculiar to us. We might wonder, how is it that there being forgiveness with the Lord would cause people to fear the Lord? Oftentimes we might think that, well, what causes the fear of the Lord is the thought that, well, if I do mess up, then I won't be forgiven. That, and on the other side, that, if I think that the Lord's just going to forgive me anyways, then that leads to not fearing Him, not respecting Him, because there's forgiveness with Him. But here the psalmist ties these two things together. With you there is forgiveness that you may be feared. And this is very much true. Um, the fact that the Lord does forgive those who are truly repentant, that's important. Those that are truly repentant, those who truly feel sorry for what they've done, those who truly want to turn away from what they've done and want to turn back to the Lord. The fact that the Lord forgives them gives them reason then to fear the Lord. Because we could think of a scenario in which this wouldn't be the case. If the Lord didn't forgive, let's say that we messed up and we knew that there was no chance in the world that the Lord would forgive us, that there was no loving kindness or compassion or mercy with the Lord, then we would just conclude that, well, I've messed up now. He's already angry at me. There's no chance of me being restored or reconciled back to Him. And so I might as well just continue on sinning because I've already messed up and there's no forgiveness with Him. And so I'm just going to live my life the way I want to, anyways, because no matter what I do, it's going to end up in judgment. It's going to end up in Him discipline me or whatever it might be. It doesn't matter because He's not going to forgive me anyway. So I'll just live my life the way that I want to. So we can see if the Lord was to withhold forgiveness, people would begin to not reverence Him because they would say, it doesn't do any good because the first time you mess up, there's no chance of reconciliation. And we see this with children, with their parents, when the parents are very harsh and stern with the children, and they hold grudges against the children and things. It actually causes the children to lose respect for the parents, and they actually begin to um, go their own way and to rebel against the parents because they realize, no matter what I do, I'm never going to be in a right place with them, and so I'm just going to live my life the way that I want to. So we can see where forgiveness is very important when it comes to reverence, respect, fear, all these different things, because it shows a person that yes, you can mess up, but if you truly are repentant and if you really are sorry for what you did, you can come back and you can start over again. And you can get back into that state of respecting me, getting back under my authority, and those sorts of things. And so this is important for us to understand in our relationship with God, but also in our relationships with others. If we want other people to be in relationship with us, if we want people to be able to interact with us and engage in those types of relationships, we got to be people who give forgiveness. If we're people who are super critical, we never forgive people, we always hold grudges. People know that all I got to do is mess up once with this person, and then I'm never going to be, their friend again because they're not going to accept me. We're going to end up very lonely people, for one. But then also, we're going to be people who are not very respected. People are no longer going to take us as seriously, and they're no longer going to want to engage in relationships with us. And so we could look at this both in our relationship with God, but also in our relationship with others. Forgiveness does set the stage for reverence and for respect. And it allows a person to have the space to come back, to resubmit, to rededicate themselves, to redevote themselves to the Lord once again, and to begin to walk in that state of fear and respect and reverence for God. And we should follow God's example in this case. So these are things we're going to reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.